In the comic strips Zits, a mom talks to her not so ambitious teenage son. And she says, son, are you going to volunteer this summer? No, I don't think so, Mom. She said, well, why not? He said, it conflicts with my plans. And she said, well, son, what are your plans? And he said, to not have any plans. He may not have had any plans, but most of us have plans. You know, I'm wondering if you might have had some plans, something that you look forward to, say from the middle of March, maybe into September. How about Mother's Day? That work out like you thought? Easter? Yeah. All of the end of the year graduation things. We had two. Our Kate was to graduate last Saturday from the University of Oklahoma with her master's degree. They had a big celebration planned. Now, our grandson Grant is supposed to graduate tomorrow from Santa Fe with honors. That's not going to happen either. However, Grant did send us this picture, which kind of displays the time. You can see that Grant's in his graduation regalia. You can also see that he has his mask, he has his protective gloves, and he doesn't have any shoes. So that's kind of an example of what's happened to our plans. Our plans aren't exactly working out for us this year. But you know, God has plans for us, and they always work out. In fact, in Jeremiah 29:11, he talks about our plans. He says, I know the plans I have for you. They're plans for peace, not disaster, to give you a future filled with hope. Hope. Hang on to that word. Now, God was speaking through Jeremiah to the people of Israel while they were in captivity. And God is using those same words to encourage you and I while we're in the midst of our own kind of captivity. It's called COVID-19. And so we're going to claim, folks, regardless of how death-defying this is, regardless of what the economy is doing, regardless of what's going on in the world, we're going to claim God's promise of hope, a future of hope for us. We're going to claim that because there's nothing, friends. There's nothing, no adversity, no disaster, nothing that can keep God's love from you and God being with you and upholding you with his mighty, strong, righteous hand. He's holding us, friends. So whenever you feel lonely and you feel by yourself, friends, please know that God is with you, that he is behind you, he is in front of you, he is to your side, he is above you, he is below you, he is surrounding you with his presence and his love. And you may not be able to see that path in front of you, but God knows that path. And when you walk that path, he's going to be there with you. So we can claim and we can proclaim with the Psalms. Psalms 33, 20 through 25. I like this. We are depending on God. He's everything that we need. What's more, our hearts brim with joy since we've taken for our own his holy name. So come on, love us, God, with all you got. That's what we're depending on. I love that. We can claim that. Now, getting downright practical, Paul has these words for us. Practical suggestions for how we can get through this, hanging on to the hope that we have in Jesus. He says in Romans 12, 1 through 2. So here's what I want you to do, God helping you. Take your everyday, ordinary life. You're sleeping, you're eating, you're going to work, you're walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Because embracing what God does for you is the best thing that you can do for him. And friends, when we think about that, when we're giving everything we've got to Jesus, those plans that we had, you know, during this time that haven't worked out, think about all the blessings that have caused those plans. Think about Easter. Hey, Jesus is alive. He's in this world. Think about Mother's Day. Hey, your mama loved you, baby. And your grandma did too, probably if you had one. And I hope there are people that you love and that you feel that love. And all those kids that are supposed to be graduating, you know, and the celebrations we're having that aren't occurring, you know, it doesn't take away for a moment that those kids have worked and they struggled and they've given sacrificially to be where they are. And you know what? God is going to bless that. He's going to take those young people. He's going to take our Clayton, our Blake, and our Grant, and all of those other kids that are out there that we love. And he's going to send them into the future with hope and help them to change the world for good because he is theirs and they love him. So we can claim that promise in Jeremiah, remember, the plans he has for us, the plans he has for you, peace, not disaster, and a future filled with hope. Now, my prayer for you is what Paul prayed for the Romans. And I'd like for us just to finish up with this, because I think it's totally appropriate. It's the prayer in Romans 15:13. And it is, friends, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in faith, so that you overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Amen.